On today's episode of Rich People Who Rich Right, let's talk about Tori Lewis.
How are young people both incredibly left-leaning but also craving aristocracy? Because tell me why I just saw a series called Rich People Who Rich Right.
And it'll be just another Tuesday for her. And her bag collection, a lot of times with her collection, you will see bags within bags, sometimes bags on bags, bag keychains. And don't even get me started on her Chanel collection.
TikTok has its own Marie Antoinette, and her name is Becca Bloom.
Billionaires and millionaires used to, make libraries and infrastructure.
I do not care about rich people. I think they are boring and intellectually unstimulating.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's your favorite journalist, Kaelyn Ryan, and I'm back again with another video. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Yeah, feel free to check out my vlogs. Feel free to check out any documentaries. Feel free to check out any commentary videos, any events that I've worked. Just check it out. Make yourself at home. Okay, if you have not already watched the overconsumption video, feel free to check that one out.
Hi, I'm Lainey, also known as the Overconsumption Girl, and today we're going to be showing you every single product that I have.
It makes absolutely no sense for one individual to literally have 50 bottles of body wash open.
Girl, you're always wearing the same bag. Like, change it up. Why are you always wearing the same bag? Change it up or something.
Y'all ever notice how it's only overconsumption when we're talking about women?
So I'm not gonna hold your hand when I tell you this, but this is your reminder, you don't need 17 of the same product.
It seems like some people genuinely enjoy destroying the planet.
Are you okay?
Today we are going to dive into the new trend on TikTok called riching right. Those that rich right. Again, what you're gonna see as a common theme in my videos is I'm not one to necessarily count people's pockets. Whatever you chose to do, you chose to do. You know what I mean? Ideally, with wealth, whether we have $5 or $500,000, that you're looking for someone to be a blessing to, because I believe that the keys of the kingdom and the blessings from heaven come down when you are a cheerful giver and when you're constantly refreshing others, when you're constantly keeping your hand open, giving it to people so that God can then give back to you. And not in the heart posture of, oh, give so God can give back, but just more like you love people and you would love to be the answer to someone's prayer and you just so happen to have the resources for it. So I do believe in stewarding your finances in the way that you give. I don't believe in counting people's pockets and telling them necessarily what they should do with it. You know, that's a very fine line between me having a really hard opinion on how someone should spend their money. You know what I mean? It's very rare occasions where I guess I'll find that I'm oh, well, that was weird, or they could have. But at the end of the day, it's whatever you want to do. Right, wrong, or indifferent, you earned it. You earned it. You know what I mean? So just setting the tone for where I'm at regarding this topic before we dive into rich right culture on TikTok. It came across my table a few days ago and I was like, this is an interesting way to praise people. This is an interesting way to exonerate people. But I mean, just because people are rich doesn't mean that they should be hated behind it. And just because people are wealthy and born into wealth doesn't mean that they should not indulge in content and enjoying things that we enjoy without having the millions. I feel like there are some really obnoxious, strange, undeserving, wealthy people. Yes, they exist. But there's other people that just so happen to be heiress. They just so happen to have invested in a stock and now they're set for life. They just so happen to have worked very hard and now they're set for life. That's what I plan on being. So I don't know. I don't want to put out the energy that rich people are, because I will be extremely wealthy. I know I will be. So it's I don't want to be told what I should and shouldn't be doing. So I don't like to do that with people. But this video is more so examining the love and adoration people are doing and showing for these people that are in positions of wealth. So let's tap in. Let's see what people are saying.
On today's episode of Rich People Who Rich Right, we have Marcy Hirschleifer Penn. And yes, Marcy Hirschleifer of the Hirschleifers. Marcy and her family own a luxury retail department store called Hirschleifers. And Marcy is the global personal shopping director and woman's buyer. And if there's anyone who you want to consult for personal shopping, it is Marcy, because the fits that she serves are serious. The way she casually popped up in these Alaya thigh high leopard boots with the matching bag, fantastic. That's the thing about Marcy though, she just gives off such effortlessly chic vibes. She will show up in the most expensive outfit you've seen, covered in designer, sometimes wearing multiple bags and dripping in jewelry. And it'll be just another Tuesday for her. And her bag collection, a lot of times with her collection, you will see bags within bags, sometimes bags on bags, bag keychains. And don't even get me started on her Chanel collection. She has Chanels that I've never seen. She has them both big and small, or should I say big and giant. She has a Chanel classic flap in about every color. No, seriously, she has a rainbow classic wall. She has a Chanel mini bag collection. She has the most magnificent brown crocodile Birkin bag. Also, her bag charms, I'm obsessed with. On almost every bag, you will see charms of her dogs, which I absolutely love. But this bag in particular has a mini notebook and an Etch-a-Sketch. The suede Birkin. The black crocodile Kelly. The Louis Vuitton chest in her closet. The collection of little Louis Vuittons on the chest in her closet. Okay, but when we're not focused on the bags, we have to focus on the jewelry. Marcy has mastered the maximalist style. Her bracelet stacks, her ring stacks, she decided to go with diamonds and emeralds this day. And also her ring, her engagement ring is insane. I am obsessed with the necklace with the multicolored pear-shaped jewels. I'm obsessed with the way she's obsessed with stacking her jewelry because I don't...
Okay, so I don't feel like watching the last 30 seconds of this video, but for me in particular, I'm not a brand name girly. I don't, there's a 85-90% chance that I don't really care that it's not the original brand. Unless it just looks totally knockoff and just terrible and weird. It's like, okay, well, let me just get what I actually want and stop trying to get this dupe because I don't feel like spending money. But there's like a 80-95% chance that I'm not seeking nor will own something that expensive unless I absolutely love it and it just so happens to be a name brand, but not seeking it out because it is that and there's status attached. And that's not my thing. But to each their own. I want to spend my money more so on other items, but for her, obviously, if she's really this wealthy, whoever this lady is, I'm sure she has money that she uses on everything, where this particular content creator is focusing in on her fashions. So I don't feel like there's a problem with it. You know, I don't know. And also, the beautiful thing is that if you are going to be inspired by people, that you can find your own cost sensitive replicas, like the rings on her fingers. I'm sure I can go on Fashion Nova, go to Ross, go on Shein, go to Target and find. Will they be real emeralds? No. Do they need to be real emeralds? No. But depending on where you go, there's certain jewelry that I wear, and I'm not going to express which are real and which aren't, but there's times where I'm wearing my jewelry that's not real. And because of how I present myself, because of how I walk in the room, because of whatever they think about me, people assume it's real. And it's like, no, this type of thing in real life would cost X, Y, and Z, and I would never. But, you know, you attach value to items based off of who's rocking it. You know what I mean? So who's to say out of all these things that some of this may not be real? I'm sure if this is her thing, she's a fashion girly, I'm sure her stuff is real, but you know, there's stuff I wear and stuff I do and people be like, oh, I thought, and I go, mm-mm. Or there's times where I don't correct it because it's just, I can't go around every day being like, yeah, this cost, like at some point just say thank you and shut up. But yeah, the people that know me know I'm not into all that. And I'm not judging people that are. But I guess she's riching right because she's, you know, she serves and she gives everything that this specific audience loves.
On today's episode of Rich People Who Rich Right, let's talk about Tori Lewis. Now, I don't know much about Tori other than the fact that she has fabulous style, impeccable interior design taste, and her husband put a boulder on her finger, built her dream home, and made her a child-free housewife. And this is the boulder that we're speaking of, guys. Do you see the width of this ring? And this wasn't the first boulder either. This was Tori's original boulder, a beautiful pear-shaped diamond that was absolutely glistening in this video. But Tori's man said time for a change and took her to Antarctica. Now let's get into the fashion because Tori wears this boulder to go shopping. oftentimes at Hermes, and her Hermes collection is impressive. And it's not just impressive because she has Kellys and Birkins, no. Tori did a whole video about her non-quota Hermes bags, and I was actually really intrigued. I didn't even know that this bag existed earlier, but now I know you can wear it 2 different ways. Now I knew about this bag, but I love the detail on the hardware. Another bag that I didn't know about, which she absolutely...
I have a bag upstairs that looks just like this bag. I really do. It's a little smaller, but it's that color and that same handle. And I got it from Ross. So, yes.
loves. So much so that she got it with wheels, which is apparently pretty rare. And lastly, this bag, which I'm actually obsessed with, this is sleek and chic. But beyond Hermes, her bag collection is impressive. Like this Chanel bag, do you see this bag? Do you see her actually? When I saw this picture, I immediately was like, this is giving Cowboy Carter, and we're going to get to that rich blonde. So it was so fitting when the song that was being played to this video was Bodyguard from Cowboy Carter. The vibes were vibing. Now you guys know how I feel about a bougie blonde. I absolutely love it. It gives wealth, it gives luxury. But Tori took it a step further. She then went for the ash blonde, and it fits her flawlessly. Okay, but we have to talk about the house, specifically the kitchen. My idea of a dream kitchen changed when I saw this green marble countertop. And then my jaw dropped when I saw this green LaConche stove. I mean, the detail in this kitchen. The fact that the fridge is hidden behind these gorgeous wood doors. Oh, and so is the pantry. No, because if the kitchen looks this good, I need a house tour immediately. And this isn't even their only house. Her husband bought her 300 acres. 300. Now,
Okay, my thoughts. Cute girl. She's a cute girl. I like her hairstyles. I myself have enjoyed a dirty blonde, an ash blonde, and I get it. I love that she is intentional with her hairstyles because that speaks to me. That's who I am. I love that. She looks great. I love that she has her refrigerator door hidden and, camouflage with the actual wood panels that are consistent with the rest of her kitchen. Her ring upgrades, all that good stuff. Whatever she was wanting, I guess she's getting. Everybody can do what they want. I just think it's funny that we are praising it, because if there's on one end of TikTok people that rich right, are there people that poor right? Are there people that medium household income right? Are there people that are affluent but not extremely like billionaire rich, right? Like, I guess there's levels to all of this. I just think it's funny that someone's taking the time to like praise somebody off of their belongings. But if you're into those things, I guess this is what you're into. It's just not my thing. But I think she looks put together. She looks good. Yeah. Acres? Yeah. She's right where she needs to be. She's right where she needs to be. I'm happy for you, girl. Let's move on.
I do not care about rich people. I think they are boring and intellectually unstimulating. I do not care about Becca Bloom's wedding. I do not care about your $75,000 Van Cleef stack. I think it is ugly. I think your exotic Birkin looks fake. And I think the fact that you think your G class is that far enough removed from a C class makes you pathetic. Just please stop trying to shove rich people down my throat. I don't care. And what qualifies you to have an opinion or speak on it or critique it? Absolutely nothing. I just hate them. Whatever happened to just being a hater? Do I really need to have a nuanced take on it?
Okay, yeah, some people are not into it. They're not into it. He seems a little irritated. He is a self-proclaimed hater. I don't feel like people should matter and take up that much space in your mind. You know what I mean? They just shouldn't. But maybe his algorithm and his timeline is just force-feeding him all this content. I don't know how, because your algorithm kind of feeds you what you're interacting with. But he's fed up. Yeah, I guess so.
TikTok has its own Marie Antoinette, and her name is Becca Bloom.
So I spent the entire afternoon at Hermes. Come with us to a very special masquerade ball. Our chef made half of these, but the other half I believe is from a local bakery.
She's amassed millions of followers, and she shows off her absolutely out of this world, eye-popping, rich lifestyle. She makes no apologies. She does not check her privilege. She's just showing you her Christoffel cutlery as she plates her cat's breakfast, and her Zimmerman dresses, and her Van Cleef high jewelry, and all the presents, the thousands of dollars designer bags that her fiance got her. She doesn't talk about normal people and their struggles. She does not acknowledge politics. She has no discernible opinions except for on what her dog's favorite 24 karat gold wrapped turkey treat is that day. And people are absolutely fawning over her. In a time when people are cutting coupons, all they want is a window into how the other half lives. A report came out this month that Americans are financing their groceries. They're cutting back on non-essential spending. And there's something about being in that position where you just want pure escapism. You want to see Becca Bloom unpacking the lip balms that she puts in her crocodile blue Birkin. It's a pure fantasy, but for some reason we sort of give these rich people a pass in really economically troubling times because we want to just fantasize about being them.
I hate this concept of the right way to rich, like a Becca Bloom and a Mei Long. How we turn someone buying a laptop case and then buying a new laptop for that laptop case. How somehow that's like quirky and sweet. And how like blowing 60K on a night out is just like, oh, it's funny because like this person has a really fun cadence of their voice. Billionaires and millionaires used to, make libraries and infrastructure. Like if both Becca and Mei Long went through the comments and legitimately paid off the debt of every single commenter that commented, they literally wouldn't even notice that money was gone.
How are young people both incredibly left-leaning but also craving aristocracy? Because tell me why I just saw a series called Rich People Who Rich Right, and it's just overt displays of wealth. And it's people whose whole shtick is just being rich. What used to merit a rich person riching right was whether or not they donated a library or a park. But now it's just like this broad having a 20 motif necklace. But she's so iconic. Is she? And beyond just the obsession with Van Cleef and people eating caviar for some reason and just like putting it on everything, which is gross. I know you're just pretending to like it. But also the sheer amount of worship pointed at nepotism kids. I don't think we should hate nepo babies for existing. It's not like they had a choice, but there's a difference between being neutral and glorifying them. And I promise the amount of Lily Rose Depp fan edits I see on here are not because of her acting skills. I wonder if this very obnoxious embracing of the wealthy, the kind of wealthy that we can't even begin to fathom, especially in the context of us only really appraising them as spectacles to be consumed. I wonder if that's an abstract way of young people coping. Maybe we can only begin to grasp this level of wealth, the fact that these people exist only by compartmentalizing them into the category of being a show, consumable. If that's the case, why are we standing rich people? What's with that? Rich people who rich right? What? Just because they make videos eating caviar and pretending they're your friend doesn't mean they actually care about you. I don't know. I don't mean to hate. Sorry. I just think it's weird.
You can really tell that Becca Bloom is in the trenches right now because if you watch her latest, get ready with me breakfast video, the tides have just changed. The comments are absolutely passing the vibe check. People are not having it. Her thousands of dollars, utensil holder, her thousands of dollars utensils. It's so interesting to watch because it's you can't make her type of wealth relatable, but she desperately wants to be related to. But it's just not relatable to show $100,000 of wealth in a video where you're just eating poached eggs. And something truly has changed because the people that are well, this is the right way to rich, they are silent now. Because even people who are kind of glamored by the idea that, oh, maybe one day I'll be able to spend $100,000 every time I eat breakfast. Maybe I'll be able to eat off a plate that could pay for my mother's cancer treatments. Arkansas and Nebraska might be going bankrupt. People are losing their jobs. And the spoon that she's eating a poached egg with can pay for your rent for a month, a spoon. Because when the only thing you have to offer to people is an open window for people to smell the bread baking in your ivory tower, and people can't even afford crumbs at the moment, you just gotta read the room. Because in the end, there is almost an addiction to want to be liked, to be able to have everything, to be able to have nothing, the sky is the limit. It just means that there's a real deep echoing hollowness that yet another Hermes bag is just not gonna fill.
Oh, hold on. There's this creator that I've watched as well, and she details her opinion about this, and she's no joke. She is no joke over there, and she's not having any of this riching right nonsense. She's not at all as down the middle as I am with, you know what I mean? But, I do agree with some of her points as well. But this person, he said a lot. Yeah, it's this specific content creator, Becca Bloom, she wants to be relatable so badly, but no one really can relate. And that's okay. You're in a class of your own, but don't then expect people to understand what it means to have their rent on a fork on your plate and your cat's eating caviar and you bought a new laptop because the laptop case that you really liked only came in a certain inch or dimension. So instead of just getting a customized laptop case to match the one you like, you went out and got a whole new laptop that fits the inches of the laptop case you like. Like, those are the things that she does. And again, that's her money. That's her money, but people are really struggling out here. And to show us what, like he said, someone's cancer treatment, like the price of it is just a cashmere sweater you're wearing, and that could change someone's life. It straddles the fence between, why would you show people this when people aren't making it day to day, but then also, are people that are successful, are they not able to showcase their life the same way that I showcase my life online? Because to someone watching me, I have maybe what they perceive as more or a lot, or I have whatever, whether they know the truth or not, and maybe they could view me as showing too much or doing too much based off of where they're at in life. So do rich people not get to enjoy showcasing their accomplishments and what they possess? Or is it just flat out disgusting to show this amount of frivolous spending in times where people aren't making it? You know, you let me know. You let me know your thoughts in the comments. This rich and right culture is new to me, and rich people should be able to enjoy the fruits of their labor. But I do think there's a level of awareness and a sensitivity to the times that we're in at the moment. And I feel like when you're in those tax brackets, you need to keep up with the Joneses if that's what you feel like you have to do. Similar to Housewives, when they first started Atlanta, they, I'm sure, had some type of money and had enough in their pocket to be housewives and be married to these specific men or have their own businesses. But it's a great difference on how the housewives look now and how things are more glamorized. And Beverly Hills has kind of always had that type of energy, but you see the transition from reunions past to now. It's like, to keep up with the times, things get more and more opulent. And so now if everybody has that Kelly bag, you must have that bag. And if everybody has this new season's Chanel, oh, heaven forbid you don't have it. Oh, your husband didn't buy you one? Oh, you guys don't have this? Or like, I guess if that's where you find your value or your comfort in your community, you're gonna keep up with the Joneses. For some people, I feel like that's just a specific interest of theirs. Like, they like brands, they like it. I don't think they're trying to keep up, they actually like it. But for the majority, it's to stay within the same class as the people that you're around, that you're having business meetings with, dinners with. When all the wives go and go to such and such, are you the only wife without the Van Cleef? Are you the only wife without, I don't even know enough brands to pull from right now. But just, you know, you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments of this rich and right culture. Very interesting. Very interesting. Again, I've been your favorite journalist, Kaelyn Ryan. I'm happy that you stuck around for this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed yourself. Remember that Jesus Christ absolutely loves you, and I'll see you in a new video soon.